Hey everyone, 𝗠𝘂𝘀𝗶𝗰 here, and today I'm ready for another ideas sort of video. So today we're going to be sharing my video. I do not know what is wrong with my grammar today. Today we are going to be sharing my ideas for some future Super Mario games. As you know, I am a huge fan of the Super Mario franchise. I'm a big Nintendo fanboy, and among all my favorite video game franchises, Mario is pretty much way up there at like number 2 probably. So without further ado, we are going to present this ideas sort of video to express some ideas that I have in my head for a decent Mario game. Now this will be on multiple Mario game subjects. This will be on the entire Mario universe. It will not be limited. If it's a Mario game, it may even be like a Yoshi's Island game or a Donkey Kong game or something like that. Whatever, as long as it's sort of in the classification of Mario, then I'm going for it. You know, I'm gonna see what I can do about that. And other than that, I think we are all good here, so we should jump right into this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is future Mario game ideas. So let's hop into my first idea. Number 1. Another Super Mario Land game. Now, I know a lot of people do not like the Super Mario Land games in a way. They say they're way too complicated and they don't really fit into place with the Mario franchise. In my personal opinion, I felt that the games had a certain creativity that isn't seen in a lot of other Mario games. Unlike the new Super Mario Bros. Series, which is known for using the most repetitive power-ups and other series that, you know, just don't feel right to a catering audience, I think another 2D Mario series is in order. I felt the Super Mario Land series is a series that didn't really continue a good potential. Now, what could this new Super Mario Land be? I'm not asking for Super Mario Land 4 because I'm not the 100% biggest fan of Super Mario Land, but I think more games in the style of Super Mario Land would be an actual okay idea. How would that have helped the public? I don't really know. But I think Super Mario Land, a possible Super Mario Land 4 or another one in the style of the previous Super Mario Lands, can be very creative, come up with some interesting power-ups, and would be able to use a unique style that fans had not seen yet. Because that's what we need, unique and creativity. Number 2. Another Dr. Mario. Now, at first, I had nothing to really think about the Dr. Mario series. The only time I ever played the first Dr. Mario was at my grandma's house on the NES. And at first, I didn't really think much to it. So I got an emulator for my phone. I had Dr. Mario on it. And over time, as I played it more and more, I came to love the game. The game became so addictive, so amazing, one of the greatest puzzle games I had ever gotten into. I have never had more fun with any puzzle game than Dr. Mario. It's become an interesting game. You know, it's just something that shouldn't die off. Now, one reason why I think another Dr. Mario should be made is because I did go and try another Dr. Mario, one for the Game Boy, and well, that didn't exactly go well. The Game Boy, I felt the Game Boy one was way too clunky in control. I felt that the pills didn't exactly work out as better. So what we really need is another console Dr. Mario. Sadly, I have not played the one on the Wii, but I do think that a new modern Dr. Mario should come and introduce a new style. We can get more pill colors, we can get more music. You know, we can go full into depth with this. The Dr. Mario series has way too much potential to be left in the dust. I would like to see another Dr. Mario game, and that's another Mario game idea that really needs to come true. It's not in the chronological order of which idea is more important, but I just think this is among one of my most. Number 3. Okay, so who here remembers Mario Party 9? Sadly, that game was not that much of a success. As everyone knows, it was probably the worst among the entire Mario Party collection. No one really liked it. There were people who didn't even really buy it. The game was sort of, in a way, a flop. So what we need is another new style of Mario Party. A Mario Party that will bring faith back into the fans that used to love these games. Because I know a lot of people grew up with the original 4-player Mario Party, and I grew up with it. You know, it's a franchise that shouldn't be left in the dust just because one Mario Party failed, and just because the original company that helped went out of business maybe. So what we should do is we should try to come up with a way to boost up that Mario Party spirit. So what could possibly be the plot of a potential Mario Party 10? Well, for Mario Party 10, what we need to do is we need a style and story that can make the game creative, have better objectives than Mario Party 9 did, and basically introduce a new style. Now with each Mario Party, there's some over-the-top plot as to why everyone is coming together to party. In my opinion, Mario Party 10 should take a very story-mistic and clever approach to this. Imagine a Mario Party with some creative dialogue and interesting cutscenes. A Mario Party that sort of focuses on an interesting online sort of play sort of thing. I think this Mario Party idea can really expand more into it. A Mario Party that has everyone coming together. Here's a nice little plot idea I took the time to come up with. Let's say, I don't know, Mario and his friends want to go to this awesome camp or something like that. But then Bowser and some of his, gang, like the Koopalings, Bowser Jr. and some other soldiers on his side, they happen to be at this same camp. A competitiveness starts that sort of builds up the game. It can be like an online multiplayer thing. The minigames can be a little more creative and more out there. Just because they're at a camp doesn't mean they have to be in the camp range. I felt Mario Party 9 minigames felt way too limited. They didn't go out of imagination, unlike some Mario Party games actually did. So what we need is for Mario Party 10 to really go out there with the imagination, to really burst it and show its true potential, to show competitiveness and bring that back. Mario Party 9 did not show any form of interesting competitiveness whatsoever. If we can get that back, that's the key to making Mario Party successful again. But out of all means, just don't make it look like this. Number 4. Who likes Paper Mario? Well, minus Sticker Star, that is. Who likes the Mario and Luigi games? Those are fun, right? What if those two gaming franchises combined? Yes, I know this may be a crazy idea, and I know this idea might not work, but I'm surprised no one has ever boosted up this idea before, because I think a game like this could actually be pretty interesting and pretty ingenious. Now, Mario and Luigi series is known for being a very creative Mario RPG series that everyone seems to be liking. Dream Team did decently well. Now, Paper Mario hasn't had a lately smooth run, but in the past, Paper Mario has been very, very good as well. So what would happen if two of Mario's best RPG series were to come together, focusing on Mario and Luigi, similar to how it does in that series of RPG games, but having the classic Paper Mario art style and similarities that it does? I think a game like this could actually work, a crossover series between this. Everyone knows that both series are very lovable, and combining them will bring one of the most powerful possible Mario RPGs in the entire history of its RPG lineup. It'll be no Super Mario RPG, but I think this could be an interesting idea and can work very well. It would also be a nice fresh start to newcomers, and it can also help possibly redeem what was lacking in Sticker Star. Yes, partners should come back. And yes, all the mechanics that made Paper Mario great can actually be added with the Mario and Luigi twist in there. I'm telling you, I actually think that this is an interesting idea, and that this can really form up both the Paper Mario series, which took a great fall, and can boost the Mario and Luigi series even higher. I think this is a double benefit and could actually work out. Number 5. A sequel to Donkey Kong 64 from the Nintendo 64. Now, everyone is enjoying their Donkey Kong side-scrolling platformers as of now. The Donkey Kong Country series got a reboot with Donkey Kong Country Returns. That did decently well, even the 3DS version. Well, how about the new game coming, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze? Some people are looking forward to it. They're enjoying that. That's pretty awesome. Once the 2D Donkey Kong scrolling series gets on its feet, what is there to exactly do from there? That's pretty interesting. We need a sequel to Donkey Kong 64. The game is a 3D platforming classic and showed everything that was good about Donkey Kong, took it and basically combined it into one epic game. I think a game in the style of Donkey Kong 64 again can really boost up the Donkey Kong series even better, just like it was back then. It may not be will it be 100% successful? Maybe, maybe not. But I have a guarantee that once you get the 2D Donkey Kong series fully mastered and really good, then this would be a perfect approach. A nice 3D platformer. I really am lacking in some great 3D platformers for me. I don't know why. I haven't played too much 3D platformers lately. But for me, I want to see games like this again. These games were extremely creative. Yes, they were very powerful, but this can really help push the Wii U's limits. Now, I'm not saying go and make another remake or include everything that was nostalgic like the Donkey Kong rap. I think that should be kept its own nostalgic purposes. It should be kept for its own legacy. I'm not saying, do all that again. I'm saying another 3D platformer Donkey Kong could be an actual interesting idea and could really help out Donkey Kong and help him go to great success. Number 6. We need another Warrior Land game. For those of you who may or may not be confused, no, I am not talking about WarioWare. I am actually talking about another Warrior Land game, such as Warrior Land 1, 2, and 3, and all the other Warrior Land games. My favorite being Warrior Land 4. It's actually been a while since we've seen a good Warrior Land game. You see, the last one we had was for the Wii, which was Warrior Land Shake It. I'm not saying that game is bad, but it was pretty underrated, and I haven't seen a good Warrior platformer in a while. Yes, I know the Warrior series is creative, interesting, and great and all that, but what we need to do is see another Warrior Land platformer, so that we can see Warrior back in his creative style. I used to love the Warrior games. They were so creative and such a step up from the Mario games that were so uninteresting. I think Warrior's money-grabbing, epicness, adventures can be very interesting to bring back. You could have actually brought it back for the repetitive game we like to call New Super Mario Bros. 2. I guess I have heard the rumor that Warrior was going to be in the game for collecting 1 million coins, but was scratched out again because you needed to get the game out so quickly. I will admit the game did boost sales pretty well, but I think if the Warrior was involved in this game, it would have made 100% sense. I mean, Mario and Luigi going on a coin-grabbing adventure, that doesn't seem 100% fitting for them. What if that was a Warrior game? That would have been actually awesome. Yeah, it would have been repetitive to see Warrior or Wario, I don't know how it's pronounced fully, running around on a Mario basis adventure, because that would have been repetitive, but it would have been interesting to see his gameplay style come in that form. I think people would have liked that. I don't know how it would have went. I think we need to see another Warrior Land platformer. So what do you guys think? Have you ever played a Warrior Land game or a Warrior platformer? Should they come back? I don't know. But that all depends. So we'll have to see in the future. Number 7. You know what needs to happen in the Mario franchise more? more creativity away from Mario like back then. So when I say that on that sort of terms, I think we need to see more spin-offs of characters. No, I'm not asking for a Super Princess Peach 2 or a spin-off on a random character, but I think a certain character needs respect. A certain character needs a game that will get for him the respect he deserves once and for all. We need a game on Waluigi. Yes, I know people are pretty weird, over, you know, not really into Waluigi and all that as much as I like the character. But I'm serious, this character could have some interesting potential. So much potential. I know everyone doubts him because he's only in the sports games, but think about it. If he had his own game and could actually, you know, build something up from himself, he'd have something to be remembered for and not being a sidekick. We need to give Waluigi here a spin-off because I think it will really help, you know, Nintendo get a better understanding of their characters. Something that some companies don't, you know, really do lately, Sega. But minus that, we should try to, you know, really connect with our characters one by one, and we should really build them in depth. Waluigi here deserves his own game because, well, he doesn't show up much. I mean, heck, not even sport games are starting to become as daily anymore. So he's getting lesser and lesser appearances. And yes, his opinions need to be heard out. We should create a Waluigi install base. Take that, make the awesome Waluigi game, you know, add new elements that are fresh. You know, if you have any ideas to lay on the table, throw Waluigi in it. You've done that with games before. Yeah, I know you've done that with these games you knew were gonna fail and you threw popular icons in them. But why not throw sort of popular icons? Why not throw characters you really don't want to use? That could actually help you out and could create a successful franchise. Come on, Nintendo, think. Stuff like this back then was what helped roll in the dough for your consoles. So an idea like this could actually work in a way. Now it could fail, but you know, it's worth gambling on. It's better to not play it. It's not as better to play it safe than to take risks that can help you out. Number 8. Now, everyone has probably known by now that I make a lot of references to a game known as Sonic Generations. Sonic Generations is one of my favorite Sonic games of all time because it really does something unique. Now, I am quite annoyed that the game is short as heck, and yet you're probably wondering, why are you talking about Sonic in something that's supposed to be Mario-related? What is wrong with you, boy? Well, I don't mean to be unoriginal, but I have an idea. An idea that I know other people later got in their heads as well, but an idea that sparked an interesting light in my head. What if the style that Sonic Generations took, the approach they took, was in the format of a Mario game? Now, I know what you're thinking. They will be sued by Sega. They will be burned down. You know, they can't steal from us. They're not better, blah, blah, blah. Whatever, guys. Come on. Calm down. Calm down. Let's relax. I think this idea could work out, you know, because I think the concept is interesting. I know video games use concepts all the time. You know, borrow concepts. I'm not saying, you know, they should literally make a game like Super Mario Generations and, you know, copy and paste. I'm saying the concept can be quite interesting and should actually be used. Yes, it will be similar to Sonic Generations and it will probably be recognized as that. But, you know, the concept is actually pretty interesting, and if you can figure out to twist it in ways and use it and really build it up, and add a lot into it, it can be one of the greatest things that is nostalgic, that is amazing, that will bring in the dough. It will be printing money. It will be amazing. So, here's my idea for how this could work out. So, we need an original Mario game idea first. We can't just show up in there and say Super Mario Generations. You know? No, we need a loophole around it. So, Sonic Generations had Sonic traveling back in time with his classic self to experience the past and present. So, when has Mario ever done that, and how would Mario done that? Well, I have a possible idea. An idea that comes back from far, far away. Who remembers that cruddy educational game by the name of Mario's Time Travel, or Time Machine, or whatever? Yes, there was a Mario game that involved Mario time traveling. Sadly, it was an educational game, as you can see from Abraham Lincoln over there. Hey, Abe. Back to subject. Sadly, that idea, didn't work out fine. Game was horrible, of course. You would think a Mario game with a time travel machine would be awesome, but it isn't. What if they took that concept back, re-edited around, used the Generations concept as inspiration, worked loopholes around it with an interesting plot, and built up a Mario game by that? That would actually be pretty interesting. Imagine that, a new Mario's Time Machine or something like that, that features Mario going back and experiencing his past adventures. Now, by past adventures, this is what made Sonic Generations so great. So imagine playing your favorite level in Super Mario World. You're platforming, you're stomping the heck out of dinosaurs and all that. You're just being awesome. But, the 2D, it feels cool and all, but what if you can expand that? What if you can get that same feeling you did, and could do it in 3D platforming? Imagine 3D platforming in your favorite Super Mario World level of all time. Now you can ride Yoshi in 3D, you can do that in other games, but now you have the Super Mario World classic look. You're looking around, it looks like Super Mario World. You have the Super Mario World feel. There's remixed music in the back that makes you feel like you're playing Super Mario World. All bosses are returning. Or imagine your favorite 3D Mario level. And imagine a Super Mario Sunshine level that requires FLUDD and a creative way to use FLUDD in 2D. That would be an interesting Mario game. Imagine Mario, swapping concepts like that. I know that would be amazing. It doesn't have to be a Sonic Generations knockoff. It doesn't have to steal its concept completely. It can sort of be its own little thing right there that I think could show how successful Mario has been. That can show Mario fans a bit of nostalgia and show how they really care for you guys and use that. I mean, Mario is the one who uses this the most. Sonic didn't really jump on this band train until he had to. But other than that, if you were to do something like this, it would bring the ultimate burst of nostalgia, which isn't the problem with Mario, but I think this would be interesting. It could be one of your best creations ever. It would be super interesting. Now, I do have another idea for an awesome creation, but that will be coming up shortly. Number 9. Luigi's Mansion. It's always something I've been completely 50-50 on. There are those savory moments that are awesome, and that bring the character I like into a whole new depth. There are those moments I'm like, yeah, I feel that Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon was an amazing game, but in my personal opinion, I felt it was lacking something, in depth. Just the fact that it was on a handheld. I mean, look at the original Luigi's Mansion. It was amazing, it was creative, people loved the game. And now look at Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. It's still the same, and people liked it. In my opinion, I felt Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon was dragged down a little bit. I felt the game could have been much better shown off as a Wii U game, and showed off as a console game. Now, don't get me wrong, I do not hate Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. It's just throughout the time I was playing the game, I felt it could have been a console game. It was hard for me to really go through and feel the in-depthness of this being a handheld. I can understand, yes, it being a handheld is awesome, but I feel that a Luigi's Mansion game like that, was limited, and it was just a test, and step in the water. Well, what do I want to see exactly? I want a new Luigi's Mansion. I think we've gotten comfortable with Luigi's Mansion to the point where it's time for it to become its own little franchise and to stretch out there. Yes, folks, I'm asking for Luigi's Mansion 3. Luigi's Mansion 3 can be very creative. There are many ideas you have yet to use, many ideas that can really stretch out there. I saw you could use them in Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. That was creative. But with Luigi's Mansion Free, you gotta really break out of those boundaries. Make out of that whole go and save Mario plot again, which was a little disappointing for me towards the end. I want to see Luigi's Mansion Free on a console this time. I don't want to see it limited by hardware, handheld hardware, and I don't want to have to get the feeling throughout the entire game that this game is being held back. No, I want to see this game on a console, and I want to see the confident and newness that the game brought with the first Luigi's Mansion. Not that I had a real problem with Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, but I just want to see this again, because I think this fresh new content can bring Luigi's Mansion up to grace. I think Luigi's Mansion series is ready. It's ready to become its own thing. We gotta move away from the Marios. We gotta, give Luigi his time. We gave him his time in New Super Mario Bros. U, and that New Super Luigi U, my bad. And that really stepped him up. So that just is more proof that we gotta get into the Luigi. The Luigi can be just as good as the Mario. It can really raise the bars. Alright folks, we're at number 10, and we are ready to explain my 10th idea. So folks, what if we learned from the Super Mario Galaxy games? Two of the greatest Mario games that people seem to think. And sometimes there's a bit of debate between the two sometimes, right? Well, that's why people want a Galaxy Free, because of how great the last two games were. Do you know what I want to see? I don't want to see a Galaxy Free. I feel that Galaxy Free would feel way too similar to the first two, and that I wouldn't like it. No, I want to see an idea with Galaxy's potential, and with Galaxy's, what it's done, and I want to see that expanded, and by expanded, I mean universal. My next Mario game idea, and probably my final for this video, is a Super Mario Universe. Not Galaxy, Universe. As in, that's right, we need to get bigger. That's in our idea thinking. Super Mario Universe is just an idea that I feel can really bring the Mario franchise up to good standards. And just because the game has a huge title such as Super Mario Universe doesn't mean, oh, this game has to be ultimate. No, I think Super Mario Universe can be huge because it can take what Mario has been for years, what it has been to survive, place that as much of it into you can. Heck, you can make a Super Mario Universe franchise, Super Mario Universe 2. I think this has the potential of becoming a very great franchise on its own. It can continue the legacy of the Galaxy games while expanding the legacy of other Mario games. If you can cram what has made Mario famous over the years and make that amazing, make that breathtaking, have great graphics, have more characters playable, have bigger, badder bosses, really break it out with Super Mario Universe, bring back old bosses, do everything you can to make the plot over the top, something so beautiful, have the most amazing, constructed, orchestrated music you have ever produced in the Nintendo cores ever. Have them leave their children at home and train till their fingers fall off. I'm just kidding there. I'm not being cruel there. But I think if a great amount of effort is put into a project that is this big and put very highly. Now by Super Mario Universe, I don't also mean, an online game necessarily. I don't mean that. I just think a beautifully big crafted Mario Bros. Game that is so big and so expansive, it can really, be a very breathtaking game if the idea is performed well. My ideas for Super Mario Universe. Here's an example of how this could work out. So let's say we have a plot that actually involves a good bit of Mario characters, and not just the Mario sees Peach get kidnapped by Bowser formula. All the Mario characters can play their part within the story and help out. Yeah, I would probably expect Peach to get kidnapped, so that would be nothing too new, I guess. But imagine an overtop formula that shows how great Mario has been over the years. We get these beautiful environments. Some of them are very familiar, and some of them are extremely new and so expansive. I would also like this game to probably be the best looking Mario game. I'm not saying look as realistic as possible. I'm saying look breathtaking. Use the advantage of the HD and make Mario look better than ever. Have the game really outshine any of the Mario games have ever had. You can make this the best 3D Mario platform you've ever had if you really bring a great amount of beautiful standards here. I think a game like this can really make the Mario series outshine, you know, anything. It can really show the true power of how Mario has become, and just show something that, show that Mario is not just repetitive and uncreative. With the later Mario games, all you've shown is that this is what made us come so far. This is all we can do. This is what has made us great. No, stop pointing to what made you great. What made you great, take what made you great and make it better. Stop using what made you great multiple times. The don't fix what's broken thing, oh no. You can always make something better. If it's not broken, you can actually make it better. And it doesn't mean it's going to break. You can make it better. You can always make it better. For example, my laptop, if my laptop was fixed and it's not at top condition right now, I can make my laptop better. I want to extend my laptop storage. I want to download some programs that can allow my laptop to do more things. I want to make it better. So Nintendo, this is an idea that I think you should really strive on your later games. Take what you have and make it better. Right now, you think that taking what you have and leaving it in the grace it's in is what makes you special. No, it is not. And it's why other people are succeeding and evolving. You've done this with Pokemon. I saw you. You showed that you're going to take what you have with Pokemon and make it better. Game Freak hopped on that idea. It was amazing. Game Freak did it a great job. Learn from them. You need to make things better, not take what was good and leave it there. I'm sorry, but the don't fix what's broken policy does not work all the time. I mean, unless you're not the most creative person, then don't fix what's broken. But if you think you can make what's fixed better, do it. Do it because it can make it better. It can make its grace bigger and its legacy more legendary. Other than that monologue I just gave, that's pretty much all I have to say. So, I want to thank you guys for watching my top 10, not top 10, but 10 random Mario games I think would be very good and interesting for the future of Mario. So what do you guys think? Did you like the ideas? What ideas do you have? Which ideas were nays, and which ideas were, okay, that might be brilliant. Let me know in the comment section below, guys, and I'll be happy to respond if you have any questions. I can take criticism, so bring it on. I want to thank you guys for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to this channel for more interesting ideas that I may have in my head. And if you have your ideas, I will be happy to listen to them. Heck, you can make a video response to this video. Make a video response. I will appreciate it. I would love to see other people's ideas. Not a lot of people share ideas for future Mario games anymore, so I would like to see more people share ideas like that. Hey, any future ideas for anything in the future, let me know. Make a video response, post a comment, do what you can. Other than that, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching. This is Nuts Free out. Goodbye.